When Liam ended the relationship, it felt like the world had tilted off its axis. He didn't soften the blow, didn't choose gentle words, he simply said he needed someone more suitable for his future. At first, I didn't understand. Then I saw the photos, Liam smiling next to the president's glamorous daughter, Alina. Suddenly everything made sense. He didn't leave because we grew apart, he left because he wanted status, spotlight, and shortcuts. What he never knew was that I never flaunted my family's wealth. I preferred living quietly, studying, exploring my passions, and refusing to be defined by my last name. My father's $5 billion business empire remained a secret to most people because I wanted genuine relationships. Liam had always assumed I was just an average girl, someone easy to walk away from. His betrayal hurt deeply, but it also awakened something in me, a determination to rise, not for revenge but for myself. And so, while he chased power, I rebuilt myself piece by piece, preparing for the moment destiny would turn the tables. My father wasn't just wealthy, he was a visionary whose ideas reshaped global industries. But he raised me with humility, making sure I never depended on money to define my worth. I attended normal schools, wore simple clothes, and lived without flaunting the luxury waiting behind closed doors. After the breakup, when I returned home devastated, my father didn't question Liam or insult him. Instead, he reminded me of something powerful: people reveal their true values when they think you have nothing to offer. He encouraged me to focus on my work in the company, where I had been quietly training to take leadership someday. Slowly, I found healing in responsibility. I attended meetings, learned strategies, and traveled with my father to observe how true power operates, not loudly, but with grace. Meanwhile, Liam remained clueless. He continued parading around with the president's daughter, believing he had made the best decision of his life. But little did he know that the business empire he envied most, the empire he often talked about as untouchable, was the very empire owned by my father. Months later, life worked in mysterious ways. The president announced a major national development initiative, inviting the top business leaders of the country, and my father was the main guest of honor. I accompanied him as his executive assistant for the event. When we entered the venue, cameras flashed, reporters gathered, and security saluted. Liam, standing next to the president's daughter, froze the moment he saw me walking confidently beside my father. Shock spread across his face as the announcer introduced my father as the owner of the $5 billion empire he had always admired. Suddenly, everything clicked in his mind: who I truly was, and why I never bragged. Alina noticed his reaction, frowning as she whispered something sharply to him. I could see the chaos behind his eyes: regret, confusion, disbelief. And for the first time since our breakup, I felt nothing but peace. I had outgrown that version of myself that needed his validation. Liam chased me down during a break, desperation written across his face. His voice trembled as he tried to explain, apologize, justify. He said he didn't know, he made a mistake, he still cared. But it was too late. As he spoke, all I could think of was the girl who once loved him wholeheartedly and the man who had traded her for status. His words felt shallow, his guilt transparent, his regret driven not by love, but by the loss of opportunity. I didn't need revenge. Life had already delivered it naturally. Meanwhile, the president's daughter saw us talking and marched over, demanding answers. Her jealousy turned into rage as she realized Liam's heart had never fully belonged to her. Cameras caught the tension, and whispers spread through the hall. But I remained composed. I didn't insult them. I didn't raise my voice. I simply walked away with dignity, leaving them drowning in their own choices. After the event, my father officially introduced me as the future leader of our company. He believed in my capability, my resilience, and my vision. I stepped into my new role with confidence I never knew I had. I attended board meetings, negotiated partnerships, and became a respected figure in the business world. My story, once marked by heartbreak, now became a symbol of elegance and strength. People admired how I carried myself with humility despite my wealth. My father often reminded me, power means nothing unless you use it to uplift others. So I launched programs for women entrepreneurs, funded scholarships for underprivileged students, and focused on meaningful work rather than superficial status. Meanwhile, Liam's relationship with the president's daughter slowly crumbled. News articles whispered about him being replaced, ignored, and sidelined. The world he had chosen turned out to be far colder than he expected. 1 year later, I ran into Liam again at an international conference. He looked tired, lost, and clearly humbled by life. He tried once more to apologize, to reconnect, to find a space back into my world. But by then, I had fully healed. I realized that people who leave for shallow reasons should never be allowed back in when they regret their choices. I simply thanked him for the lesson he unknowingly gave me, that sometimes heartbreak is the doorway to discovering your own strength. Then I walked away toward a future built with my own hands, supported by a father who loved me deeply, and surrounded by people who valued me sincerely. My life didn't just turn out better, it became extraordinary. And Liam? He finally understood the truth. He hadn't just lost a relationship. He had lost a queen.